I'm gonna get back to that story, Sonny. Just, just you listen to Boomer Great One. He's gonna tell you about how it was back in the olden days, back before fire, back when we walked uphill for everything. In fact, we didn't even have a concept of downhill because there was no downhill. Everything was uphill. We thought that was normal. We didn't even have a word for it because there was no alternative. It was uphill all the time. You just need to reach down and grab yourselves by your bootstraps and pull yourselves up, Sonny. Because when I was your age, I bought a house for $25,000. And I made that money on my paper route and bussing tables at the local cafe. And if I could do it, you can do it too. You just need to reach down and pull yourself up and just buckle up there, buckaroo. God, I hate boomers.
I gotta thank Reen for this nightmarish, crazy, bizarro world rabbit hole you sent me. That started with Reen saying, hey, look at this video of gal from Turning Point USA saying Christian men got to get rid of the Poe. No. Got to get rid of that Nebraska. Got to get rid of the corn they grow in Nebraska. Did I establish the link between the word Nebraska and prawn? People, what's Nebraska? I don't get Nebraska. Now you do. She says Nebraska is bad and men got to stop looking at it. And I said, well, you're not wrong. I said, and then I sent out a tweet. I said, what was it? If the epidemic of Nebraska, because they grow corn in Nebraska, a corn star, do you get it? If you wish to get rid of Nebraska, then Christian women should lose weight and start fucking their husbands. Now, it's crass, right? Okay, I get it. And I said, and then they won't seek it out, or they'll seek it out less. And old man Rollo, wise old owl sitting up there with his fucking hat, says, oh, look out, the comment section are going to be toxic. Like, what are you talking about? This, okay, it's a little edgy. Oh, Jesus. Every Christian simp and every spinster, prude, sex-hating woman in Christian and non-Christian circle. They were like, I don't know how the trans, by the way, when I mean trans, I don't mean the actual men and women who are transitioning and are authentically trans. I'm talking straight people who fake it because they're losers. They got nothing going on. I'm like, why are you guys? You're not even religious. You hate Christians. You want to push them off of rooftops. Old man Rollo must have had some insight. How did you know it was going to be this much of a shit show? And the amount of backlash, which just so thinly veiled, their hatred and contempt of sex, women, and then the sad Christian simps who go, I will thus defend my lady. The white knights that came out, oh, you want sex? You think a Christian woman should be thin and hot and have sex with her husband? Oh my God, that's horrible. And I fired up the old, you could find the meme. It's Sammy Davis Jr. and it's the 70s. He's pointing, he's got all of his rings on. He's really cool 70s look. And he says, they ain't going to get you the pussy. I'm like, these people are still here? And I had some fun. I went in and just basically told people to fuck off and stop being idiots. And I'm sorry he left you. And I'm sorry you're fat. And it went the way you expected. It provides some entertainment. But it was a bigger backlash than I thought. And I said, okay, I'm old enough to remember the Satanic Panic and Reverend Lovejoy's wife. Like, won't somebody please think of the children? The Christian prudes, I remember it in the 80s. Where sex is bad. It's only to make babies. Do you guys want a good, good Lutheran joke? Because you got to know which of the different rules the different sects have. I got to zip this up because it's starting to bother me again. Why do Lutherans advised against having sex standing up. Okay. Now you could put in whichever tightwad Protestant religion in here, but why do Lutherans condemn having sex standing up? And the answer is because it might lead to ballroom dancing. That's funny. See, if you're not Lutheran or one of these tightwad Protestant groups, you don't see why that's really fucking funny. It's because remember Footloose, right? Couldn't dance because it was against the religion. Yeah, that's real. That's a real thing. I think the Lutherans loosened up. I think you can have missionary now and not feel guilt as long as you beg for forgiveness afterwards. Anyway, but no, seriously, that's a thing. There's a tortured and bad relationship a lot of Christians have with sex. It's bad, it's evil, it's an unnecessary, it's a necessary evil to just make more Christian babies, and you shouldn't enjoy it for fun. And here, because there's so many different sects and groups and different individual Christians that believe, there's Christians with healthy, they're like, no, I want to have sex. They go be fruitful and multiply, and the Song of Solomon and David dancing and all that other shit. So there are some normal healthy, but no, this is a real problem. And I was reminded of it that this didn't go away. Despite despite we need more Christian babies, we need more babies. Well, you're going to have to do this sex thing. No, not the so-noses. What was it? The Simpsons nailed it. There are parts of the human body that, no matter how necessary to reproduction or perpetuation of the human race, are evil. They're still there. There's a lot of them. So I was going to write it off. All right, this is just a bunch of wackadoo Christians, a bunch of ugly Christian women who aren't going to find a husband because the Lord will provide, which is just basically don't do nothing. That's all it is. They're abdicating responsibility. And so my husband's right around. And I mean, I had comments like, you should still find your wife attractive even if she gains weight because your love for her. Oh God, shut up. Right? These wackadoos. Anyway, so I wrote them off. And I said, well, if this is getting this much fire, I will do a video response and just put it in the comment section to fire them up even more. And the title was Christian Women Should Lose Weight and Have Sex with Their Husbands. This is not, let's put on our adult thinking caps. Let's just try and be mature about it. Any wife, religious or not, Christian or not, should be attractive and have sex with their husbands, right? I'm thinking, right? And you guys should be in shape too. Oh, by the way, that was men are fat pigs too. I'm like, I'm not getting into this whataboutism and like, yeah, you're right, guys should lose weight. But this simple, you should stay thin and attractive and in shape for the love of your life and have sex with them. Like that should not be a controversial statement. So I could play that all day. I love playing secular reality and beating naive, dumb religious zealots over the head with it because they can't deny religious people do have an uphill battle. You got to abide by two laws of rules. There's your rules of your religion, regardless which religion it is. And then you also got to follow the rules of reality or secular world or the natural world, whatever you want to call it. And, the hatred of sex. How do you think we got here? Hang on, let me get my baseball bat of reality. Wham, 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 wham. So I made this video. Christian women, because that was the religion at hand, should lose weight and have sex with their husbands. It's not a debate. Christian men should hit the gym and be in shape for their wives. Yes, okay, did I answer all your whataboutisms? And I put it in the comment section on the Twittergram. It didn't get much traction because it was too late. And the comment section was most normal people and all that. And then I wake up this morning, YouTube. And this video is noted limited ads. I'm like, come on. Come on, man. And it showed me something that is sad. This will be a hill to die on. Sex is good. You should stay in shape for your spouse. You should have sex if you want to have children. It's a necessary part of the human race. Like, this is, everybody farts. Men get testicular, men get prostate cancer, women have menopause. I know we all die. There are facts about humanity that we should be able to say and shouldn't be controversial. And whereas I thought saying something that is a fact, like Christian women should lose weight and they should have sex with their husbands, yes, men should do the same too. And I caught flack from deranged, bordering mentally ill, miserable Christians, if even Christian at all. I didn't think this would get, it's not demonetized, it's limited ads, not, YouTube has its advertising policies and all that, but the fact something as secular as YouTube says this is not as monetizable, it's limited ads. Fine, cool, understand, but what does that say? And what it dawned on me, and this maybe explains why there were non-Christians in the comment section, I think there is a reprehension on the part of some people within mainstream secular non-religious society that sex is bad, that sex is taboo, right? In the olden days, you would celebrate sex. Oh, here's a handsome man, right? In Magnum PI, they didn't hire Seth Rogen to play Magnum PI. Of course, Seth Rogen was a kid back in the day. They hired Tom fucking Selleck. Why? Because the guy was really good looking. And they always made sure if you haven't seen Magnum PI, it's a very charming show. Here's Tom Selleck. And they knew every opening to the show, it's Tom Selleck narrating some kind of little life philosophy or observation. But they always made sure when he was running, he was shirtless. They always made sure he had those tight Magnum PI shorts and girls could see his legs and ass. And no one complained. Everybody loved Magnum PI. It was a great show. Still is a good show. Any ad selling anything to guys in the 70s, 80s, 90s, maybe in the 50s, it always had a hot chick next to it, right? Music, hot chicks with long hair, music videos. Yeah. The Living Color girls, you guys remember? To date me a little bit. You guys remember the Living Color dance girls? Like, hey, how you doing? It sold. Sex was good. It was welcome. We enjoyed it. If you were to have it like sexuality, I mean, pretty people. And we have come so far because now you can't use sex to advertise. I can't make a statement that, oh, sex is good and people should be in shape and wives should have sex with their husband. Men should have sex with their wives. I can't say that. And I think it's because there's a group of people out there. And it's not necessarily a small group of people, but they're large enough that they're a loud, significant minority of people, and I'm going to say disproportionately women, who don't like sex, which is fine. I don't like Brussels sprouts, but I don't complain. How dare you advertise Brussels sprouts? And when they look at anything being sexual, especially as it pertains to women, they're fine with topless Magnum PI, topless Tom Selleck. They're fine with that. But anytime a woman is portrayed as being sexual, or it's like, oh, you are obligated to your husband to stay in shape and have sex. No! They get pissed. They get real pissed. And this secular sect within society, disproportionately women, they're non-religious prudes. And you see it. There's that Australian, what's the Australian feminist anti-video game group. These gals try to get Visa and MasterCard, I think successfully. Collective Shout. And if you look at the women, sit down, everybody, liberal white woman at work here. Here's Melinda Tankard Rice, neurotic looking feminist A pro-life feminist. Right. You know what's worse is we're getting the worst of both worlds. You're getting religious prudes. You're getting religion and feminism together. Of course, all her books are just feminist hate. Who else is in this collective shout? Sparks not safe for work game takedowns. Anti-corn group claims responsibility for Steam. Well, let me look at collective shout. Where's the about? Because they got to put their faces up there because they have nothing else going on. There's Melinda Tankard Rice, postmenopausal. Caitlin Roper, looks like a smug painting. Yeah, Renee Chopping, Lynn Swan, Kennedy, neurotic eye. Yeah, surprise! Liberal white women to the rescue. What was the Heinlein quote? The biggest fear that what keeps them out at night is that somebody somewhere might be having a good time. These Puritan fascists in the literal sense of the word. Those are the types. You ever look at the UN women? It's just a bunch of miserable spinsters, religious or not, who don't want men to have sex. That's it. And only under very limited conditions, like procreation, and that's it. And I think where this secular hang-up comes from, which would also probably apply to women in religious, they just happen to have a Bible to give a religious explanation why they're anti-sex. I think what it is they cannot abide by the fact that the act of sex turns women as well as men into sexual objects, which I've never understood. Well, you are an object. I'm an object. Somebody wants to have sex with me. I am a sexual. What? Yeah. So, if you had some personality or work ethic, there'd be more to you than that. And I'm wondering, is that what it is? Because typically the women that do not like being a sexual object, which is equally applied to men, they're really against it. They're typically nothing else. Right? You could have a gal like, oh, I just love being your sex toy. Like, that's a healthy thing. Best compliment I ever got. Gal came over, good friend of mine. And just friends with benefits. She came over. Hey, can I come over? I'm like, yeah. She was dressed in lingerie, knew when it did the raincoat thing. We smashed. She got up and on her way out, she put her clothes back on. You're always a good time, Clary. And she left. I'm like, wait a minute. Did I just get used? I'm a sex object. And what's so what? You know what I am to my nieces and nephews? I'm a wallet. Hey, Uncle Harry's got money. He takes us for ice cream. All right, I get used for ice cream. You know what? I love them. Absolutely. And I'll tell you this, you're all fucked in the head. You're mentally ill. There's nothing wrong with being a sex object. You should have something else going on in your life that's not your only thing. And man, you are depriving yourself of a lot of fun. And then you're fine. I understand. Not everyone likes chocolate ice cream. A lot of women don't like sex. That I get. That I understand. But you don't have to ruin it for the rest of us. Like, you don't have to. I don't know what it is about the female psyche that you got to be crabs in the bucket dragging everybody down with you. Like, no, women can have fun sex. Don't you dare. Come on, ladies. Don't you kind of want to maybe be chained up a little bit and spanked in the ass a little? Some of you have that, right? Do you want to kind of dress up in lingerie? Or maybe you don't want to be chained. Maybe you're not into the whips and the leather thing. Neither am I. I'm more of the fluffy, froofy. I like the really girly shit. Yeah, they get that lacy pink shit on. Absolutely. Well, hey, put this on and look sexy for me. I'm going to bend you over the couch and have sex with you. While our dinner guests are in the other room as we act like we're preparing something. Oh, does that sound like fun? And you guys are so up in your own goddamn heads that you just can't enjoy sex. Fine, that's fine. But don't ruin it for the rest of us. And And good luck trying to get shaming somebody like me. Like, you want to see wackadoo. You want to see, you want to see a right reason you shouldn't be going to regular churches in the United States. Maybe you go find Jesus on the internet, or I don't know, just read the Bible. Go read the comments section. You're not mentally well if you don't like sex. Sorry, unless it's something you really don't. I get it. Or maybe I should say, you're not mentally well when you're trying to shame sex. Because at the end of the day, it's necessary, it's natural, it's normal. Why do I sound like Dr. Ruth? There's nothing wrong with being a sexual object. Oh, nosies. And if you complain, men just want one thing. Well, have you tried giving them something else? Have you tried being an amazing gal? Not amazing by common parlance used by your girlfriends. Like, are you an engineer? Are you a doctor? Are you well read and researched? Are you educated? I don't mean educated in Marxist, leftist, Democrat slop, but like, I don't know. Have you read Schopenhauer? Do you have hobbies that isn't travel and dog rescue? Do you actually support yourself? Do you work out? Do you have great physical feats like hiking the Appalachian Trail? Fine, you don't want to be a sexual object. Well, what else is there to glom onto there with you, ladies? And if you look, whatever it is, collective shout, UN women, the psychopaths in the comment section, they have to be of women. You're nobodies. You're not impressive people. Not evil necessarily. Well, you kind of are. Where you're like, nobody can enjoy sex. Sex is bad. Give me money. Right? But okay, you don't want to be an object. Well, okay, I don't know how that works. God, there were people like, you should through Christ, you should find love and no longer be attracted to other women. And you shouldn't, I mean, like, really, they think there's some miracle where God just waves his hand and men no longer have male nature, and then that you're going to find your fat wife attractive and stick with it. It's hilarious. So if you don't want to be a sex object, have you thought about being something else that would be attractive to other people? But then what are you going to do? You just find me as a brain object. Let's say you're a very interesting woman, very deep, philosophical, whatever, actually had independent thoughts. You're not just reading Sylvia Plath and regurgitating and plagiarizing. You actually have formed independent thoughts. And I go, man, I really like your mind. You just like me for my mind. Well, fuck. and it's sad that there's this much pull that it has an effect on us normal, regular people who enjoy sex and have a healthy relationship and can't wait to be sex object. I want to be a sex object when I grow up. Where, okay, we can't run ads on it because it's too taboo, because it's gonna upset the prudes and the spinsters, which I guess is a significant percentage of the population now, or loud enough. We can't have boobies in our video game, right? Did you notice how in very mainstream, all the women in video games got to be, they were turned ugly in the past 10 years. And it took China to create a hot one where they got the licensing rights to Marvel rivals. And now you got attractive women, attractive men. We can't have pinup girl calendars anymore. Right. The UN women are just a professional group of Marxists who want to use vagina as a means to get money from not vagina people. Right? That's it. Perpetual victims wanting to, they're Marxist shills. Go look up every profile. It's not a single one of them is an accountant or a bricklayer. The collective shout. These are a bunch of privileged white women who have nothing going on in their lives. And they just want to ruin things and destroy things. Their biggest fear, what keeps them up at night, is that somebody somewhere is having a good time. They just want to, they're destructive. That's evil. That's evil. But those are obscure, but they did make it into the mainstream, right? Now Steam video games like, oh no, you can't have rated X games. Why not? I'm a libertarian. You know, I'm not really one for having TNA in my video games. I mean, if it's appropriate, kind of like a movie, sure. But if you want to have a furry video game, okay, knock yourself out. I don't know why, you should have freedom. As long as no one's getting hurt, doesn't display kids. You want to dress up as My Little Pony, Friends Forever, that weird cult, right? I don't hate those guys. You just guys like you got a foot fetish. Like, it's weird, but it's not illegal. And, you're not hurting no one. You got a foot fetish. Just really going to wash my hands before I shake yours. That's all. Kind of feet are gross. Feet are gross. Facts. But now we can't have attractive women anywhere. We can't have attractive women on billboards. We got to have the fat, ugly Calvin Klein. There are real world ramifications for corporations kowtowing and bending the knee to the prudes, to these spinster prude anti-sex women, that anti-sex group. And so it's a great question for society to answer. Not so much for the economic ramifications of the business ramifications, but I have a question. Is sex bad? Is that a no topic? Do we clutch our pearls and we avoid this topic? And then at the same time, we wonder, how can we, oh no, there's a birthing crisis. Oh no, men and women aren't getting married. Oh no, there's not enough Christian babies. How do you square that circle? I just want to know. I don't care. I don't have kids. I'm not invested in the future. I'm not invested in this country. I don't give a fuck about humanity. I'm a misanthrope. People all fucked in the head. But are we going to admit sex is necessary? How about that? Okay, sex is bad, but is it necessary, right? Is it like broccoli? Oh, it's bad, but it's necessary. Exercise, it's bad, but it's necessary. And just let us know. In the meantime, I don't know. I'd rather be part of the group that really likes sex. They enjoy each other. Men like women, women like men. And yes, we're being used as sexual objects. Oh, is my audio shit? Let me see. Boomer. What will he say? It is. Sex is bad. Don't you have my God? What does that do to poor young girls' minds? Like, instead of being, I was like, look, yeah, sex is great. You can enjoy it. Maybe you don't like it, but yeah, you can. But, there's a risk of pregnancy and STDs and all that. And guys, they're not going to want you to have 20,000 sex partners. You want to marry somebody. But where did the virus jump from Christian prudes to leftist women? To the trans community, guys, even in the trans community, like, where did it make the jump? Like, rarely do you see Christians and leftists united, and it's their hatred of people, men who want to have sex. Oh, what? Ah! Well, even now that I think about it, right? Isn't it like kind of shameful now if you ask a girl out? It isn't. But in younger groups, girls will take a screenshot of whatever, a text or a message, say, oh my God, look at this guy. He asked me out. Oh my God, weird. He's creepy. A guy asking you out is wrong or creepy? I mean, maybe the way he did, right? Oh, Lord knows I haven't made perfect approaches. But you're going to embarrass him? What did he do? Right? You embarrass somebody. That means somebody did something wrong, right? Somebody did something wrong. You're going to expose them to the world. Okay. And then I should feel ashamed. I'm embarrassed. I did the bad thing. And now the world knows. A guy asked you out and oh my God, look at what he did. Look at how he texted me. So asking girls out based on that behavior, you obviously think asking girls out is shameful behavior? Listen up, white people. You better all start getting the losing weight and fucking if you're all worried about this population decline. You better get rid of this sex is gross and boys are icky. If you care to collect a Social Security check, that's what you mostly care about, right? Fuck the kid. We don't care about kids. I need my Social Security. I need future slave labor. Anybody? Do you have the IQ to say if we stop having sex, the human race would end? There will always be people having sex. I'm not worried about it. But for you people, especially the religious type, we need more Christian babies. I don't know if you know how that works, but you see, do you need a diagram? Maybe that's what it is for these prudes, especially in Christian circles. You girls want immaculate conception, pregnancy without the penis. Oh my God, that's hot. Pregnancy without penis. Oh, what a world, man. I am so glad I left the church. I am so glad I left you wackadoos with your contradictory views and your impossible rules. And I'm going to enjoy watching you guys suffer at your own hand. All right. The outlaw weed. Okay, it looks like it turns out I think it's Linux that I get the stodgy microphone. If I get robot voice or style, you let me know immediately, because now I get to do this now. Space Cowboy, $5. Sex can't be that bad if ugly people, high calorie individuals, freembots? It's a freembot. And the rest of the dregs of society still engage in it. Yeah, no, it's a particularly neurotic group. It is. Baseline, everybody, well, all men and most women are programmed to like sex. That's baseline. Some individuals, skewing women, really don't like sex. Fine. Everybody else of another group, I'm not going to say who, are heavily conditioned by society to treat it as oppression or objectification. And it is. It's like a sin. Like, you become victims of a group that has sex with you. You're a victim. A guy asks you out at work, get him fired. So it's bad, right? Is it bad? Is it morally wrong? And if it is, well, we better start firing up those incubation babies, because I don't know how you're going to get your Social Security check. Lord Scrumptious, $2. Why dump religion? It was trying to end me. Yeah, religion, just at least the Muslims, you may have your reservations about Islam. At least they're pro-sex and pro-baby. I mean, Christianity is too, but modern Christians just seem to ignore that part. They do. Hey, I need several wives because one isn't enough. What about the Jews? Do you guys have a lot of kids? No? Yes? I know the Hasidic Jews do, but outside of that, do like your conventional modern day Jews, do you guys have a lot of kids? Or your Karens all like, yeah, not the sex, oh noses! Have a horror film. The man who wanted to have sex. No! Oh, kill it! Kill it with fire! Pimp Justice 6K $5. What's up with chicks saying men want the milk and don't want to buy the cow? I've gotten this comment from multiple girls I've dated. All men want the milk. Some men also want the cow, right? And I think the general progress of men is, at least initially and young, you want the milk for free from different cows. But down the road, as you get older, inevitably you would like to settle down with one cow. Maybe have a side cow. But you would secure a cow, commit, and then have a family. But right now the cows there's not enough cows to go around. The cows are emaciated. The cows are screaming, how dare you milk me? You just want me for my milk. And then the farmers are like, maybe I should pick up fishing instead. What if I just grow corn? Maybe I'll just grow some crops since I'm not dealing with this. This cow is talking to me. Why is the cow talking? Oh, I'm so tired. Lord Scrumptious, $2. As Shatner, I can't get behind a fat ass. Django Geek, hey man, $2. Only if it's gay. Yes, then it's fine. Then it's fine. Reen, the man who started this all, $5 article out there saying having a boyfriend is lame. How much more evidence are we going to get? It was written by an idiot, right? Wasn't it in Vogue magazine? Don't worry. I understand you got to separate the fake TikTok girl propaganda, the agent provocateurs, from how the rest of the normal world thinks. And it's not because they're loud, but because you see it corroborated with behavior in the real world. There is some veracity to that article. There is. A lot of women, younger especially, would believe that because they're told to. Right? Poof your bangs, wear the white straw hat. Now wear the brown boots. OMG, pumpkin spice latte. They would go along with that. But I don't think it's the majority. But that, you know whose problem that is? It's their problem. Ladies, you want to lie to the world about what you want, and oh my God, boyfriends are so lame. It's so 2025. I'm doing the boyfriend boycott. Do the baby. I don't care what you do. You all end up in the same place like these miserable 58-year-old Christian spinsters. Jesus has, it just means the Lord told me it wasn't for me, and I didn't. Okay. That doesn't mean 25-year-old girls can't go have babies or have sex. Sex is evil. No kidding. Go through that Twitter feed and look at all the people, both men and women, trying to rationalize that you should find your fat wife attractive and she doesn't owe you sex. It's fascinating. Well, you're right. Individual, you can get fat. You're right. You don't owe anybody sex. Nobody owes you a living either. You want to talk about a commercial to scare you the fuck away from conventional Christianity in America? Go read through that Twitter feed. And oh, by the way, everybody who wants to defend that, go please put your comments below how sex is bad and men should have no expectation. Please put that in there. And then all you dumbass pastors, I don't know why there's nobody in the church. All right, that's it. Link below, the book of Numbers, analyzing the ROI and the pursuit of women. If you Christian men should probably want to read this so you understand why these girls are like, why can't Jesus provide me a man? Here's one, not him. How about that guy? Not him either. I guess I'm meant to be alone. How about this guy who's a criminal and not Christian at all? Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, I can convert him. Anyway, you psychopathic prudes out there, Christian or not, you have fun with your anti-sex views. You have fun with that. Enjoy your life. Have fun. Let us know how it goes when you're 80. For the rest of you, go be fruitful and multiply. Or you don't have to multiply. Just practice multiplying. I'll see you guys later, Toodles.